Good afternoon. You can sit down. You'll see them all in a minute. Good afternoon, everyone. As the sun sets on an incredible day here at the Old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, it's been an absolutely beautiful day, and this twilight setting is absolutely stunning, I'm sure you'll agree. So welcome to all of you, particularly to the Mayor, our friends and guests from the University of the Arts London, and to all of you, the graduates, families and friends. So welcome to Ravensbourne's graduation ceremony 2016. As Director of Ravensbourne, I'm truly privileged and honoured to lead the ceremonies today. It's been another remarkable year for Ravensbourne, and we've had an incredible amount to celebrate. But before I move on to some of those achievements, I just wanted to say a few thank yous. I think you'll agree a huge thanks has to go to your course leaders and the subject tutors and our, the whole academic community at Ravensbourne. Alongside them, many of our graduates have had the support of other study skills, welfare and employment support staff, some of whom are in the building today. So thank you to all of you. But for nearly all of us, there are always the unsung heroes who've helped to contribute to our achievements. I want to thank those unsung heroes today. I know who you are. You're the mums and the dads. You're the guardians and the siblings, the boyfriends and the girlfriends, the friends and all those family members who've quietly and unselfishly given your support to our students graduating today. So thank you, every single one of you. I mentioned earlier that during the last year, we've seen a number of successes at Ravensbourne, so I thought I'd remind ourselves, that'll be the phone, thank you, of some of those successes. I'm not going to give you the whole list, but I'll give you a few of them because there's some really great highlights. We continue to be listed in what's known as the QS World University Rankings by subject area in the subject of art and design. This is only for the second time that they've actually done a subject ranking. It means we're ranked 8th in the UK for the subject, 13th in Europe, and we're in the top 50 in the world for the subject. That's an amazing achievement. We also have an incredibly high employability rate. At 95.3, it's still above the national average in the UK. So be very, very proud, because what that means is that all these people get jobs after they graduate. That's truly amazing. It demonstrates how much of an impact our students, our graduates and our staff are making in the creative industries today. We also won an award, or we were nominated for an award. Our student services team was shortlisted for what we call the Higher Education Oscars, the Thelmas. No mean feat. The Times Higher Education Leadership and Management Awards for Outstanding Student Services Team. We think they're outstanding. We're very proud that they got the nomination. We were also awarded the National Association of Decorative and Fine Arts Societies Young People Award for the best event to creatively engage young people at the International Big Draw Awards. It was also a year for a number of firsts, things that we've done for the very first time. For the very first time, we became the first institution in the UK to partner with an organisation called Material Connection. If you've been into Ravensbourne, you might have seen this. They're a global materials consultancy, and we have the first of their materials libraries in the UK. We've got a lot of jealous neighbouring universities of that facility who come in and use it as well. It's really incredible resource. Another thing we did for the first time this year was became the first UK institution to develop, curate and deliver a virtual reality UK festival. And some students would have helped on that festival as well. We had at the festival experts from Google, from Sony, from Tesla and IBM, and they helped us with the activities on the programme. As the programme was progressing, the hashtag VRUK was trending in the UK on Twitter, and we gained considerable national coverage in The Independent and in Huffington Post. VRUK 2 is on the way in 2017. So, as I say, watch this space, or should we say watch it in virtual space, somewhere along the line, because there are lots of people playing around with headsets during that week. But let me cast your mind back only a little way to the 2016 degree show. I hope most of you were there. I certainly was. Had a fantastic time. Absolutely spectacular. From the opening day right through to the awards evening, I was constantly reminded by the leaders of industry, by all our guests and visitors, about how talented they thought our students were. And to be honest, even at the award show, there were people that were actually arguing about who was going to employ certain graduates. So I think we're going to give him a place. No, I think we're going to give him a place. So it's really lovely to hear that sort of competitive talk with organisations really vying for some of our best graduates. To top that, we actually attracted over 6,000 visitors in 3 days to our degree show, which is an increase of 115% from 2015. There were times it did feel a little bit squeezed in there, but the atmosphere was just brilliant. But as is the tradition and calibre of our wonderful students, they continue to win many awards. I would like to give you a running list, a bit sort of like a Star Wars kind of rolling credits, but then you'd probably overrun sitting here for a couple of days. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but there seriously is a lot of awards, and we celebrated many of those awards at our awards show at the end of the degree show in the summer. So the talent of our students, it's extremely well recognised in the industries across the UK and in the world. And a large amount of that is because we really nurture partnerships with industry, and probably many of you will have heard from the graduates that you're supporting here today that they've been involved in a live project, or they've been involved in something which has been part of a competition. So we're particularly grateful to some of the partners that we've worked with, but also some of the industry partners as well. I wanted to say a particular thanks to local and regional partners, specifically the Royal Borough of Greenwich, and it's thanks to the Royal Borough of Greenwich that we have the Mayor here today, to Digital Greenwich, the O2, our kind neighbours, and also the Peninsula property developers, Night Dragon. We have a very strong relationship with one of the city livery companies, the Stationers Company, and they continue to kindly support Ravensbourne through the Stationers Bursary for the postgraduate programme. And we continue to play an active role in the support of the Stationers Crown Woods Academy. That's a school in Eltham, and it seeks success for all of its students and encourages them to develop their careers in the creative and content industry. Many of them go on to do degrees at Ravensbourne. We're also still proud to say that we have an ongoing relationship with Mozilla, the open source software company. And we've embarked on plans to strengthen it further, going beyond just hosting their Mozilla Festival every year. We will be having their festival in 2017, and we're hoping that we'll be able to strengthen it with some research relationships as well. We also established this year a new academic partnership in Canada with the Ontario College of Art and Design in Toronto, known as OCAD-U. This is a new partnership which will help both of our institutions to share and exchange business ideas around both new course developments and also exploring research collaboration. So if you remember, I said partnerships are a really key thing for us at Ravensbourne. It underpins one of our key values, and one of our values is to be integrated with industry, and we really mean that. So I'd like to say some thanks to some of those companies that sponsor projects and competitions, to Marks and Spencer's, to Barclays, to Ticketmaster, Blipper, BBC Radio 4, Ogilvy, and many, many more. They really do help us support the learning experience of our students, and that real-world experience is obviously one of the things that helps the graduate employability. So thank you, not just to students, to our partners and all our staff. You really have made this year truly amazing. And as I've said at the previous ceremonies, when I was thinking about what to say, I was thinking about making a reference to both the fashion world and the film world by finding a nice little thing to say from a film. And I was thinking about all the kind of films that depict aspects of the fashion industry. And actually I thought, do you know what, there are not many of those that I really want to quote from. I certainly don't want to quote from The Devil Wears Prada. But what I did think of was I'm going to quote from The Incredibles, because I'm a big Pixar fan. Don't know about any of you, particularly you content and animation creators out there. Pixar, The Incredibles is one of my absolute favourites, because in The Incredibles there is the most incredible fashion designer, and she's probably the smallest character in the film, and she's called Edna Mode. And Edna Mode has quite a line in creating outfits for superheroes. So that's the other link. I think we've got some great outfits for superheroes on today, including capes, so there's another link to The Incredibles. But one of the things that she says to the Incredible family is, never look back, darling. It detracts from the now. And so that's what I'm going to get to, is let's not detract from the now, and let's think about the now in terms of our graduating students. Now is not the end of your journey. This is not it. This is a rite of passage. With Ravensbourne, we're hoping that you'll see this as the beginning of a new era. You'll look back on it and see that this is the beginning of something new, of you becoming something fantastic in the world, whatever it is. And what we hope that you'll be able to do is, as your career flourishes, that you'll be able to tell us about some of those things as your life progresses. Some of you will have fame bestowed upon you, some will succeed in many other different ways. Whatever happens, be assured that Ravensbourne will always be here to continue to support you as a member of the alumni community. The other way, of course, you'll remember today, and I'm sure you've already been taking loads of snaps. I saw you all as I was walking in. So those photos, those films, all the bits of content creation that you're curating yourselves, when you've taken them and you've published them on Facebook, which you've probably already done, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, or Tumblr, please remember you're graduating from a world-class institution. You carry our name and reputation with you to all corners of the world. So today we're using the hashtag #IamRavensbourne, and I hope you're proud. I know I'm extremely proud to say that I am Ravensbourne. But now I'm going to move on to the important part of the day, which is honouring people, and I would now like to call on Dr. Gary Pritchard, Dean of Media at Ravensbourne, to say a few words and begin the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Drew. It's my pleasure and honour to present the candidates for graduation from the School of Media this afternoon. But before we begin with the undergraduate programmes, we're going to begin this afternoon's ceremony by awarding a visiting professorship to Professor Paul Seawright. Health and safety. We're now going to move on to the undergraduate programs. I'm going to ask something of you. It's very tempting to applaud every student that walks up. And what I'm going to ask is that we hold our applause, and at the end of each course, we're going to give them an almighty applause at the end of each course. So I'm going to ask you to do that. So let's begin with BA Honours Animation. Adam Al-Kadimi. Ishman Alan Lichmore. Alan Baker. Alexander Joshua Bucknell. Thomas Lee Clapp. Mantas Ganabath. Kingsley Harris. Vasar Hassani. Alfie Jones. Jay Hu Lau. Kira Lawrence. Isabel Lowe. Yves Macalalabang. Liam McEwen. Saeed Nazari. Oguneki Onasamuri. Bianca Prince. Peter Kwan. Yosri Yeramadi. Kiyomi Shean Richards. Jessica Diana Yupi Su. Ashley Stanton. Luke Thomas. Tiago Valasoso. Sining Wang. Michael Lee Welsh. Kirsty Eloise Wood. And Joseph Young. Will you please join me in congratulating BA Honours Animation? We now move on to BA Honours Digital Photography. Bonnie Adams. Marnie Charlotte Bird. Aaron Bridgeton. Zoe Sarah Bullas. Darcy Amelia Clark. Nahul Contreras. Michaela Caudry. Ali Degid. Liam Edwards. Sarah Zakari El-Batal. Joshua Kobe Franks. Serena Francis. Emily Gear. Katie Victoria Holt. Layla Hudson. Jessica Kelly. Harriet Louise Morgan. Ryan McKean. Scarlett Lee Newbury. Otulanolia Sabodio. Rumoan Orogan. Artemis Pambaka. Eleanor Rose Quarrington Page. Tiana Roberts. Tara Simpson. Matthew Philip James Stevens. Emily Jane Street. Mary Tyrone. Ursula Taub. Beth Templeton. Dat Vu. Sophie Weston. Samantha Wheelwright. Jack Williams. And Lauren Wood. Will you please join me in congratulating the cohort digital photography? We now move on to BA Honours, Editing and Post-Production. Ishmael Ali. Benjamin Allison. Megan Allen. Jamie Beddington. John Botfield. Samuel Bowery. Alexandra Bernard Roper. Lewis James Brooke. Brandon Bino. Harvey Cash. Matt Christofi. Jack Churchill. Thomas Clark. Charlie Colwell. Charlotte Connell. James Cook. Katie Coombs. Thomas Crayford. Callum Crowley. Jack Dorgan. Chloe Alice Ellett. Catherine Gorman. Faris Halak. William Howard. Joshua Harry Hughes. Tom Humphrey. Glyn Hurrell. Daniel Kadir. Sami Kasia. Emily Jane Kemp. Aaron Kudale. Dominic Lawson. Hannah Leckie. Ryan Gary Locke. Jake Lovelace. Gemma Lyons. Samit Singh Malhotra. Michael McGlue. Eric Mikovic. Kyle Newton. Luke Newell. Eden Georgia Papas. Santiago Paredes. Sanvia Power. Mark Warren Prose. Lauren Quinn. Rada Rahman. David Ramlakan. Kishan Raval. Harley Sia Reid. Fiona Spellman. Edward Stedman. Michael Tomalczyk. Miraz Udin. Jordan White. Lisa Wilkie. Daryl Yeoman. And Shazad Zayman. Please will you join me in congratulating editing and post-production. We now move on to BA Honours Music Production for Media. Samuel Benfield John. Dean Case Britton. James Alexander Fawcett. Aaron George Gibbs. Dieter Giekel. Thomas Peter Hart. Luke Isom. Solomon King. James McDonnell. Christopher Luke Osborne. Matthew Page. And Jack Pierce. Will you please join me in congratulating music? We now move on to BA Honours Sound Design. Andrea Abrazuzzi. Ben Adams. Elliot James Bowell. Jack Cokel. Nicholas Jude Collins. Jacopo Niccolo Consoni. Tamas Zupa. Antonio Fivaranti. Ben Hurod. George Hill. Drew Johnson. Charlotte Kierans. Dylan Ledley Watkins. William Loxley. Beth Luckhurst. Fionn Lucas. Nada Madani. Sean Miller. Joseph Roberts. Joseph Oni Scott Spragan. Samuel Stubbin. And Harry Summers. You please join me in congratulating BA Honours Sound Design. We now move on to BSc Honours Broadcast Audio Technology. My apologies. wrong course. They're coming soon. BA Honours Web Media. Harry James Foster. Margot Mercier Catherine. Burak Ozdemir. Liam Parker. Kimberly Catherine Salazar Lizana. Innocent Sigafa. Matthew Starr. Simran Tak. Will you please join me in congratulating Webb? Now we move on to BSc Honours Broadcast Audio Technology Systems. Francesca Alexis Dunn. Oliver James Plumstead. And Daniel Reagan. Will you please join me in congratulating Broadcast Technology Audio? Our next cohort are Broadcast Computing Technology. Augustus Barrett. Bundadir Singh. Will you please join me in congratulating Broadcast Technology Computing? Next, we have BSc Broadcast Systems Technology. Yasser Ali Ismail Youssef. Ahmed Ali Basil Bati. Will you now please join me in congratulating Broadcast Computing Technology? Next, we have BSc Broadcast Systems Technology. Frederick Maruku Ado. Mark John Ewens. Tameen Rahman. Kieran Slate. Can you join me in congratulating Broadcast Technology? Actually, I have one more before we complete our cohorts, and so we're back to BA Honours Animation. Yasmin Ured. Can you also join me today in congratulating those listed in the programs who have successfully completed their studies and now receive their awards in absentia? So, thank you. It's now my honour to hand over to our President of the Student Union, who also is a graduate today. So please welcome Stefan Farrell.
Thank you very much. Now marks the end of graduation. We've had 3 today, and I'd just like to thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank Linda Drew, our director, and Jonathan Jury, the chair of the governors, for also being here. And I'd also like to extend thanks to the deans of media, the associate deans, course leaders, and especially teaching and support staff at Ravensbourne. As you all sit here today to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2016, I hope you all feel very proud. Today, years of effort pay off. Today is the culmination of many sleepless nights. Today is the culmination of all those missed 9 a.m. lectures, which I had a lot of myself. Today is the bringing together of many things. Above all else, today is the recognition of our drive, of our motivation, and our desire to succeed. The journeys that have led us here today are all different. Our experiences up to this point are not the same, but what we all collectively share is an ability to rise to a challenge. The times where you couldn't quite connect with a brief, but powered through and tried your best. The times where you struggled to find the motivation to write an essay, but you still powered through. Today is the culmination of our hard work, of our persistence, of our dreams and aspirations. Today, we all deserve to be proud. The past 3 years of our lives have been filled with growth and change as we build towards the next chapter of our lives. I never thought I'd use a quote about a bumblebee in a speech before, but here goes. By all reckoning, the bumblebee is aerodynamically unsound and shouldn't be able to fly. Yet, the little bee gets those wings going like a turbojet and flies to every plant its chubby little body can land on to collect all the nectar it can hold. Bumblebees are the most persistent creatures. They don't know that they can't fly, so they just keep buzzing around. Like the lowly bumblebee, honoured graduates, never give in to pessimism. Don't know that you can't fly, and you will soar like an eagle. The next stage of our lives is daunting. It's new and exciting, but not without its challenges. But we've been challenged before. The next stage is unknown to us, but we will explore it with creativity and confidence. The next stage is ours for the making. Our aspirations are the scaffolding for a successful career. Our dreams are the cement that pave the way for our future journey. Our time at Ravensbourne has given us the eagerness to keep learning, to keep striving, to keep building ourselves. Use the skills you've gained and the life lessons you've learned about yourselves to continue your journey of growth and exploration. Where am I? Share your skills and your talents and be an inspiration for those who seek to follow in your footsteps. What the class of 2016 has achieved is amazing. What they have gained, invaluable. I hope you, our friends and family, are glowing with pride, and our lecturers are happy in the knowledge that they have educated the next generation of industry practitioners. On this day, our graduation, I wish us nothing but the best in all our future endeavours. I wish us all long and fruitful careers, and hope that no matter how daunting it may get out there, we all remember why Ravensbourne's motto is amazing things happen here. H. Jackson Brown Jr. said, "The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best for today." Well, the class of 2016 have been doing their best for the past 3 years, so that they are definitely prepared for the future. We all thought of amazing things, we all created amazing things, and we all delivered amazing things. And as graduation 2016 comes to a close, I just want to say a huge congratulations to all the people who have graduated today. They have put in so much effort. There have been times where it may have been difficult, hard for them, where they didn't feel like they could continue, maybe because things going on in their personal lives, but they continued and they strived. And they have all come here today and collected a certificate from these guys. So I just want to give them a round of applause, every single person today. And I just want to close with thanking you guys again. Without family and friends, it would be impossible to study at university for some people. And I can say that for myself. Without my family and friends, it would have been incredibly hard for me to finish my course. So again, for you guys, thank you so much for your support. I'd now like to pass it on to Jonathan Drury, the Chair of the Board of Governors. Thank you very much.
Well done. And he graduated today. You're a tough act to follow, Stefan. Thank you. How do you feel? It's good, eh? Yeah, good feeling. Someone here said proud. It's an honour to be here representing the Board of Governors. As a group, we're responsible for and proud, very proud of this institution. And first, on behalf of the board, I'm delighted to thank our Chief Executive, Linda Drew, and the entire staff at Ravensbourne. Linda and her team are people who really care deeply about teaching and learning and research, and their results, your family's results, speak for themselves. Next, I want to thank the family and friends who have... I need these glasses now because it's got so dark in here. Next, I want to thank the family and friends who are here, either in person or in spirit. Your support is more important than I think you'll ever realise. Life is so much easier when you have people you care about to cheer you on. So thank you. And thank you to those who have contributed to the Governor's Bursary Fund, which I think includes all the governors themselves, such as our confidence in the institution. Those donations will make it more possible for more students to choose Ravensbourne with all the advantages of employability and so on that this confers. And of course, congratulations to the graduates who have worked so hard for the much-deserved recognition they've received today. They're the reason we're here. Now, there's a thing about graduating which some of you will remember, which is that at this moment, it is the worst possible time to tell anything to someone who's just graduated. Anything you say will go in one ear and immediately out of the other. And therefore, they're all outside throwing their hats in the air and doing all that thing. I have a favour to ask you, and that is that you are the people to whom in the next few days they will be open. And I've got a few things that I would like you to pass on to them, because I know if I told them, they won't listen today. So, I've been wondering what I could possibly say that would be meaningful to them today. There's no point in telling them to be creative or talented or to celebrate diversity. You know that they will do those things anyway, and they wouldn't be Ravensbourne graduates if they didn't. So instead, as someone who's employed a lot of creative, talented, and diverse people over the years, here are 5 extra suggestions. These are the things that separate, in my mind, the great from the good. Number 1, be ambitious. Aim as high as you think you're able, and then aim higher still. So many people I've met don't quite fulfill their dreams or have the effect on the world that they might because they don't aim high enough. Second, be connected. The networks they make, the people they know, the people they rate, the people they trust, they are worth rubies. Cultivate those connections, build relationships before they need to call on them. For them, the no-brainer is to join the alumni network here at Ravensbourne, to keep in touch and to come to events. That really is a no-brainer, but you'll be able to persuade them to do more. Third, be curious. Einstein, who seemed to have something to say about almost everything, said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Einstein sounds to me like he wasn't perhaps the best judge of his own talent, but he was absolutely right about curiosity. Insatiable curiosity opens doors and makes interesting things happen. And along with curiosity comes doubt and healthy questioning, which are, of course, the godparents of innovation. Number 4, do the right thing. You know, you can go through life keeping your nose clean and out of trouble, and that's okay. But that's the minimum. I implore you, tell your family and friends out there, when faced with choices in business or in whatever they're doing, they should do the things that will reflect well on themselves, their family, their communities, And yes, on Ravensbourne too. Do the right thing and make the world a better place. Michelle Obama said recently, with passionate dignity, when they go low, we go high. And finally, number 5, empathy. Can you learn to think yourself into someone else's head and into their heart? Goodness knows empathy seems in short supply in both US and UK politics, and I fear in European politics too. Empathy makes the world a better place. And in business, cultivate empathy, and you're more likely to understand your customers too. So there you are, 5 rules to increase your chances of fulfilling your dreams, and the dreams that we have for the people out there. They should be easy enough to remember. A for ambitious, B for be connected, C, curiosity, D, do the right thing, and E is for empathy. I wish them all, as I expect you do, a lifetime of love and happiness, success, continual learning, and of course a spark in their heart for Ravensbourne. Thank you. Now, that's the end of the ceremony, but before you all dash out, I'm asked to ask you to wait for the platform group to leave. Thanks again.